guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching About Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Wednesday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 15 of 2024, and in my neck of the woods it is currently 65 degrees with a high of 69 and a low of 57. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles, and laughs. And most importantly, the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always fun. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who will watch this broadcast when it goes to video. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who will see this broadcast when I download it into my group, Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. Alrighty. Let's see who we've got here. Hello, Belle. Hello, Maggie. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to one and all. Hello, Emily. Brooke Lawrence. Hello. Welcome, Brooke. Hello, Belle. Hello, Thomas. 3 broadcasts, that's right. Hello, Kitty. Did I get everybody? So, Emily, thanks for telling Brooke. All right. Got the critters out so you guys can enjoy that sound. So the format for this broadcast is that I do 2 colorings. The first one is a duet. This will be from one of my books. This is from Cats Around the World Jubilee. This is the cover. And that's available. I can give you the affiliate link, which if you use that link, we get a little extra. We get a few pennies from the sale. But these are cats from all over the world with the flags. I think this Netherlands one is pretty cute. All right. Let me put my sticker back on here. So we've gotten this far with it. All right, Thomas says, I'm learning so much already. Not so keen on the grayscale, but the blending I'm trying to work on. Thomas gives the grayscale a chance. It's brand new to you. All right. Linda. The three amigos. Uno, dos, tres. So, Brooke, what we do here regarding chatting back and forth, if you need to step away from your device for any reason, let me know. That way I'm not talking to myself. Just say BRB. And Brooke, have you done grayscale before? Oh, let's see what we got. Well, Thomas, grayscale is coloring, but that's fine. And guys, don't forget to hit that like arrow, that up arrow. Okay, and then the next piece that I'm working on is Adult Coloring Pages by Tatiana Stilova. And last night we were working on the watercolor, water-based markers and pencil. And I was showing you some techniques with that. All right. Now, before I continue to the other side of this, I'm going to take my orange and I'm just going to soften up my fur lines. And I'm going to take my brown and I'm just going to kick that up a little bit more as well. All right. All right, Stacy May, thank you. Hi, Mamie. Mamie, so glad to see you, Mamie. So glad to greet you. All right, so let's go ahead and work on that second leg here. We have our light, medium, and dark. So we have our orange, we have a goldish color, we have our brown, and I introduced a second orange to you. So we've got light and dark oranges on here. And yes, Thomas is right. You can ask any questions. Don't be shy about that. Brooke, are you still with us? And Brooke, have you done grayscale before? Okay, so I've got my paper towel, and I'm going to put that underneath my hand. Now, I want to show you what a pencil extender is, just for those of you that don't know. It's a metal piece. And what you do is you take your shorty pencil and you put it in there and you tighten that barrel. I think we lost Brooke. Let me get my swatch piece. Okay. So let me zoom in here. And I'm going to start my darkest area with a little bit of this brown, but you'll see why in a moment. And we have up underneath our scarf here now. Remember, I tell you, don't pound your pencils into the paper. Let your pencils do the work. Pretend like you're coloring on a balloon. All right, let me pop in a little bit of that brown here. Here, let me do this. Hold on, Thomas. There you go, Thomas. And for anybody that's interested in the eraser that I'm using, that's the affiliate link, which means when you use it, our group gets a few pennies from the sale from Amazon. Thomas, did you get those? Okay, now I'm going to come in with the orange. And notice how I'm going right over the brown with that. Now, make sure that when you put in your brown that you don't put in a super dark brown. Oh, the electric pencil sharpener. Oops. Well, I got to get the wax out of my ears. Hold on. Let me try that again. Give me a second. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we're putting this orange now over the brown. I'm just showing you a slightly different way of doing this than from what I showed you yesterday. Okay. And then I'm going to continue with my lighter orange. On our grayscale. So we have the lighter orange with and without the brown. Now I'm going to round this up just a little bit here because this is actually our tail. And I also want you to notice, see how I've got a harsh line right here? You don't want that. You want to soften your line. Now, for anybody that's new that's watching this broadcast, don't hesitate to ask questions. And then I'm coming in with my let's see how we want to do this. I'm going to come in with my light brown. This is my gold. And I'm going to mix that into the orange. And check out how that is beautifully blending that. And then I'm going to come in with a, as I bump the camera, a light yellow. Notice that I'm starting back on my brown. Let's see here. Let's see how many times I can bump the camera for you. You didn't want to see what I was doing. Boy, you guys got awfully quiet. Now, when you're doing grayscale, you're going to have, of course, a light, medium, and dark, but I also want you to realize that there's going to be some areas where you're going to use some hybrid colors, like I'm using this yellow. And notice how I'm fluffing out that edge. It's not just a straight line. Okay. Let me pull out. Now, notice how this yellow is very overpowering. I'm actually going to add a little bit to my fur over here. And that's because I want to balance it out. So I'm going to take my gold, my light brown, and I'm going to go over that yellow to tone it down a little bit. Everybody see how I'm doing that? Not hard. So if you ever put a color on your page that you feel is overpowering the rest of your page, this is what you want to do with it. Now, I already had this in mind. This is not a, oh, I'm making a correction. And then I'm going to round out the tail. And notice up at the top by the scarf, I'm going to fluff out this fur. Any questions? Now, notice how there's a little white in there? I've left that deliberately. Okay, and then I'm going to take a Faber-Castell 103, which is just the Faber-Castell version of ivory. And I'm going to color over the top of everything. Somebody tell me the purpose of doing this with my pencil. And notice how I'm going over that area where I left that gap. Maggie, Belle, exactly. And Kitty, that's correct as well. All three of you are correct. Blending, softening, and making the colors a little bit less in your face. So I'm giving you all sorts of techniques on how to do this, and I'm going to finger blend that as well. All right, let me pull out. Now, this darker color right here is not properly done. These edges need to be what? Softer and blended. So notice now how I'm concentrating on the edges of our darker brown. And blending them into the surrounding area. And notice how that's getting softer and softer. And exactly, when you finger blend, make sure you have clean hands. I always wash up before I start the broadcast. I also have baby wipes that I use. All right, does everybody see how this is looking softer and softer? And then I'm going to come back with my lighter orange. And I'm going to blend that over as well. Now, obviously these are snowflakes. Don't worry about those. We will be working on those later. And here's a little more yellow to blend this in. And then on this brown area up here, I'm going to tint in with my orange. Now, I want you to understand that just because I'm coloring in or tinting in an area with a certain color, that may be something you don't have to do depending on how you colored your fur. Just get everything looking very smooth. And then I'm going to finger blend that. All right, let me pull out. So what do you think so far? Now I'm making a little adjustment here. I'm taking my blender pencil and going over my fur lines. Now, what's really neat about colored pencil is that the colors tend to hold their own. So when you blend like this, your colors will stay intact. But the caveat to that is they'll stay intact up to a point. If you overblend, they're going to turn mushy. But this is giving me the softness now that I want. Don't overblend. You want that distinctness in your lines. Showing that this is fur. All right, let me pull out. All right, Thomas, thank you for letting me know. Any questions? Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape. Now, I'm taking my blender pencil and I'm pulling the color from this part of the face outward. Because I want to give a little bit more poofiness to the cat. But, see this abrupt line right here? We don't want that. So I've got to take my orange pencil and get rid of that. blender pencil. And now we have our poofiness. And of course, if you go a little too far, go ahead and clean up your white space. And then I'm going to come in with my gold, and I'm going to highlight that curvature around the eye. Now I've got a little bit of a dark spot here on my orange. I'm going to get rid of that and reblend it. And this is where the finessing of your piece comes in, that you decide how far out something goes, how it blends. And how ultimately that's going to look. All right, let me pull out. Any questions? Now, I'm taking a little bit of ivory and I'm coloring in between my orange here. And notice how that's making that look like individual fur. Don't get carried away with your ivory. Any questions? And again, you may have to balance with your orange a little bit, and that's okay. Grayscale is not one and done, guys. If you really want to have a great piece, play with it. Okay, now I'm going to go to the other side. And I'm going to add a little bit of my ivory. And we'll come in with my brown. And play with that fur. Now, the neat thing about cat fur is it's really hard to do it wrong from the standpoint of color. So it comes down to what you think would look good on your cat. Check it out. And there's no grayscale here to guide you other than the colors that you've already put on your piece. All right. And notice how I'm bringing my brown over. To create that smooth look. And I promise you that as you're doing this, it will come naturally to you, your color, to flow your color like this. Okay. Now I'm going to leave this sit for the moment. And I'm going to start up on our cap. Now, our cap, let me adjust camera just a little bit. I'm going to start up on the more dramatic color of it. And that way it'll bring everything into balance. So I want you to choose reds. And you want your red to be pretty vibrant. So let me get mine here and then I'll show you. All right, I'm thinking that's what I want for the dark and light, so now I need to come up with a medium. Now, I want you to notice that my light has an orange tint to it. What is this called? It's a Brut Funner. It's actually called a high risk red, whatever that means. But based on comparing these, it's looking orangey, and that's exactly what I want. So let me get a clear spot here. If you don't have the same red, go to a darker orange. So here's my darkest red. This happens to be a Color India Red 026 for those of you that have Color. My medium is a Star Joy. I think my point is loose in it. And my light has that orange tint in it, which is a Brut Funner High Risk Red. Okay, so let's start on our dark portions. Isn't that cute how those little eyes are peeping out at you? Oh gee, I wouldn't have done that on purpose, would I? You know me and my sense of humor. All right, so now we're going to go to our darkest spot on our cap. And we're very lightly going to start tinting in our dark red. Now remember, we can go back and darken this. I really want to break you guys of the habit of coming in gangbusters with your darkest colors. So guys, nothing personal, but knock it off. Oh, Julie, your power, I just noticed your power went out. I am so sorry. Okay. Now I'm going to come up to the top. And you need to be careful here because we have the fluffiness of the cap right here. So we've got these little spikes. Don't wipe those out. Okay, and then I'm going to move down. Now notice that I'm drawing a very light line here. I'm just drawing myself a guide. Okay. Let me pop back up here towards the top. And we're going to go around where our fur is. And create that little jagged edge. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with our medium, and I'm going to start my medium color, what? Just a little bit inside of my dark color. And again, you want that edge to be jagged because we've got puffy right here. See it? And by the way, for anybody that's new, this image is available to you in my Facebook group. And then my light. Brooke, did you leave us? I'm still trying to find Brooke. And notice how I'm back blending into my previous colors, right? Is there anybody that's not sure what that means? All it means is when I put my new color down, I don't start on the edge. I start a little bit inward. And I want you to notice that as you're putting your additional colors on, you're using those new colors as a what? As a blender. Guys, this is not hard at all. Okay, now I'm going to use my lighter color in my spots here. And I'm blending right over the top. And then I'm going to come back with my dark because I want to straighten out this a little bit more. And I want you to notice that I'm also taking my dark over that light orange that I just put in there. I just want to harmonize those colors a little more. Oh, there's a good word. Harmonize. Blending is harmonizing. Woo-hoo! Guys, what do you think so far? Okay, let's continue with our colors. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Mamie's just watching because she likes to do it the next day. Here's my medium. And then my light. Jamie likes it. Belle is coloring. Maggie is coloring. Okay, here's my light color. We're obliterating that line, right, between the two of them. Now, be careful over here because this only goes so far. And guys, this is why I suggest to you that when I'm coloring something for you, pace me. That's actually what I expect when I'm giving you these to do. If you jump ahead of me, you are missing out on the instruction. Okay. Let me pull out. Now, we've got a little bit of our hat left. Faber-Castell 103. This will bring it together for you. Ah! There's just a little bit of a halo effect here. And that's what I'm doing with this ivory. I got to turn my piece just a little bit. Now, trust me, this will all come together. Isn't that beautiful? Barely there, but trust me, when we get that background in, that sky, this is going to really show up. Okay. Now, these little pieces in here, these three gold straps, or 3 straps, are gold. And what you want, anybody remember what you want to do gold? Hallelujah. Amen, amen. Okay. So when you're doing gold, you want to do, these are the 3 colors. I'll swatch them in again so that you can see. This is a medium brown. This is a light brown. And yellow. Okay, let's get those in there. So I'm going to start on the left-hand side of my 3 golds. Let me pull out so you can see where I am. We've got this one, and this one. So I'm going to start out with my medium brown. Got to touch up a little red there. My lighter brown. And then my what? My yellow. And I'm blending over my previous browns. And that's dragging some of that brown in with my yellow. Check it out. And then I'm going to come in You put your left foot in, you put your right foot out. No, left foot in, left foot out. You do the hokey pokey. Let's see, I gotta find a dark brown here. Let me swatch that for you. So we have our light, medium, dark, and then our darker, we have a medium, a light, and then our very dark brown. And I'm going to take my very dark brown and I'm going to edge this. Now remember, we're putting that dark brown on top of what? Our lighter browns and our yellow. And I'm going to put a few dots right here, you know, little dashes here, just to make the bits of the gold. So it looks like it's a crinkled gold material. It's cloth. It's got those little crinkles in it, so when it crinkles, it's got the dark spots. Okay, let's go ahead and do the second one. Medium brown. Now this is a little bit different than doing it like I would be doing grayscale. I'm overriding that. So there's the medium brown. Here's our lighter brown. And then our yellow. Over everything, blending that together. And then my next color of what? My super dark brown. Notice how I'm highlighting the edges. And then I'm putting in little dashes here of that darker brown in the middle. You'll see the effect when I pull out. All right, let's get this third one. Mamie, are you set on how to do gold? Medium brown. And my pencil point broke. medium brown, my light brown, oh no, well, I'm at the end of my pencil here. It died. All right, that's why I'm glad to have all these brands. Rest in peace, that's right. Rest in pieces. That's even funnier. And then what? My yellow. Now, the shading of your gold, the color of your gold, is going to be dependent on the shades of the browns that you use. So if you use on the light spectrum, a lighter, medium and light brown, or a darker medium and light brown, that's going to decide how your gold looks. All right, and then we get our dark brown edge in and come in a little bit with it. Let me go back to my other piece here. I want to come in with my darkest brown a little bit. And you can touch up with your brown. So in other words, if you want to put a little more medium brown on there, have at it. And then go back with your yellow. Absolutely. See how I'm finessing that? Okay. Let me pull out so you can see how this looks. Isn't that cool? Now, I'm going to come back with my medium red, and I'm just going to sharpen this edge a little bit of the gold part. So if your gold gets a little fuzzy, just sharpen it up on either side. And also, one little thing that I'm going to touch up over here, I've got this gap right here on the left-hand side. I don't like how that looks. So with my medium red, I'm just going to close that up a little. Belle, I was certain that you would laugh when I said rest in pieces about that pencil. Okay, let's take a look at our hat. What do you think? I'm having way too much fun with this whole thing. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Any questions? Guys, even if you're new, if you have a question, ask. I got so involved in my piece, I've been forgetting to drink my water. Okay. I'm just touching up a little bit over here. Sorry guys, I can't help it. Okay. And again, as you see things that need to be balanced, I just felt that I needed to put a little darker orange right here. So I put it in and then I blended. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this so far. Blending a little bit. Next piece. Adult Coloring Pages, Tatiana Stilova. Hi Hi, Stacy. I missed you earlier. Okay. What is the funeral for the colored pencil? Already held it. It went into the trash bin. Good one, Thomas. Belle, good night. Good night, good night. Hit that up arrow. That like. That's pretty funny, Thomas. Bye, Belle. Gonna wave at you. Okay, purples. Let's pull a light, a medium, and a dark. Now, when pulling purples, you have to be careful. Guys, how many colors, how many values of purple are there? And what are they? No, I didn't say colors of purple. I said values. Hi, Sarah. Okay, Maggie hit it. There are blue values of purple, and there are red values of purple. The red value of purples you would basically call maroon. Okay, we need a really dark purple here. Is everybody clear on that? So you want to be really careful that you don't mix those values, otherwise it's going to look funny. All right, let me look for one more thing here. Thomas, you started to say 3. Okay, let me swatch these little puppies for you. Thomas, you don't have to retract a statement when you think it's wrong. All right, there's my darkest purple. Here's my medium purple. And here's my light. Guys, if you're taking a guess on something and you think you're wrong, please don't retract your statements. That's how other people learn. Yeah, that teddy bear turned out really well. Thank you, Thomas. Okay. Let's do a blanket. Let me find the teddy bear so I can show him again. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm going to start out with my lightest purple. Well, Thomas, if you don't have any physical reasons why you can't use an X-Acto knife, it's not an issue. Okay, I'm starting in with my lightest purple. No, an X-Acto knife will not cut a hole in the paper. Now, having said that, when I first started using it, especially on lighter paper, I did cut through a couple times. You just got to learn the touch. That's one of those things you get a feel for. Now, notice for the most part that I'm following the direction of the blanket or sheet or whatever you want to call this. So in other words, when I'm coloring, I'm going from top to bottom, but I'm also using a combination of little circles and our straight lines. Oh, okay, so Thomas, you've got hand issues. Gotcha. I understand. Emily, please unhide Julie's comment, or Julie, go ahead and comment again. Oh, you fixed it? Thank you. Oh, Emily, you were falling asleep and your hand was typing. Love you, Julie. Okay guys, take your time, layer your pencils. So what that means is, even if you are only doing one color, you still want to go over them. Go over it. Now, wax-based pencils, for the most part, you don't have to do that because they're nice and soft. Oil-based, you do. All right, Emily, take care. Emily, I'm so glad you stopped by. Please be sure to click that like button. I know, I sound like a broken record. Okay. Thomas, I've got a question for you. With your hands, do you have any problem coloring detail? Let me pull out just a little bit. Now, if you wanted to, we could have done chalks on this. Or eyeshadow. You can either use your pastel chalks or eyeshadow. And I also want you to notice that I'm coloring in the direction of some of the folds in the blanket. Uh-oh, chimes died. Now, when you're doing a big area like this, I don't want you guys to get into a big hurry, because it just isn't worth it. Okay, I'm reviving the chimes. There we go. Okay, Maggie, thank you. Now again, take your time. Follow the flow of the picture. And enjoy yourself. And I just erased that spot and I colored it again. Okay, you don't have any problems coloring in fine detail. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, let's get the rest of this blanket done. Sheet, blanket, whatever you want to call it. So I have a question for you guys. I'm reading that younger adults these days don't like to use sheets when they go to bed. They just use blankets. What do you think of that? Oh, that's cool, Thomas. What's the name of the book? All right, now I got to change direction a little bit. I can't really do my up and down here. Notice that I'm coloring in little circles to fill this in. Yeah, I'll tell you, I absolutely would not want to sleep in a bed without a sheet as a top covering. And I'm like Thomas, I get cold easily. So I wear socks to bed. So Thomas, if you don't do that, wear socks. And I also wear a flannel hat. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Mamie, you wear socks to bed? Yeah. Mamie, do you wear a cap? It is absolutely amazing what a difference it makes to have something covering your head. Kitty, you wear a cap? All right, Kitty, you have a bed sheet that's fitted one, right? And then a blanket over that. Okay, so you don't, Kitty, you don't have a second sheet? Kitty, you wear a cap. Oh, and Kitty, you have a little blanket and then a bigger blanket. Gotcha. Oh man, this is so pretty. Let me pull out. Okay, now does anybody sleep with a stuffed animal? Now we're telling secrets. Kitty, you've got 2 of them, and they're Beanie Babies. Maggie says only when Allie is here. How cool is that? Mimi says, no, mine are furry and very much alive and bed hogs. I hear ya. Yeah, I have a dog and a cat that sleep with me. Okay, guys, take your time on this or on something like this. Thomas, I don't know what that is. Extreme Wonders Coloring Art for Everyone? Oh, Mamie, I agree with you. Amazing how you manage to sleep in this itty bitty space just so they're comfortable sometimes. Yeah. So, what are your furry pets? Are they dogs or cats? Three dogs and 2 cats. Oh, the cats don't sleep on the bed. I've got one cat, one dog, and they both sleep on the bed. Okay, let me pull out. So this is my base color here for this blanket. Small dogs. Okay. I'm going to put my color in on the bottom here. So Thomas, you said it's just a regular coloring book for adults. Your aunt and uncle got them for you at the store. Cool. Oh, I hate that sound. Somebody's in trouble. Okay, let me pop over here and get this area done in between the elephant here. Oh, Mamie, you had greyhounds? Yeah, there's a, I don't know if it's still available because I don't know if they still race greyhounds, but there have been rescuers that rescue greyhounds. They're beautiful dogs. Thomas, you don't sleep with your dog, but your dog sleeps with your mom. She hogs the whole bed, and I sleep by myself in your underwear. And have a foot warmer at the bottom of your bed to keep your feet warm. Yeah. Oh man, guys, look how cool this is looking. Mamie, you worked with a couple of greyhound rescue groups. A lot of racetracks have closed. Amen. Yeah, there's a lot of controversy also with horse racetracks. Too many animals getting hurt and killed. Mamie, did your greyhounds ever have joint issues? Let me show you something, guys. If you have pets, dogs, be sure to get the Stasaquin with MSM. This one is for small to medium dogs under 60 pounds. It's a joint health supplement, and I am kicking myself because my current dog is having joint issues. I didn't know about this stuff and never gave it to her. So, highly, highly recommended. And there's the dosage. I should probably put that up on the website since we're discussing it. And start now with your dogs, guys. Trust me, it's going to really help them when they get older. And even if they're older now. Mamie, I will put the link in the main group. I do have a link. Here, hold on. Let me check real quick. Oh, Thomas, they're not really your aunt and uncle, but your dad has been friends with my Uncle Steve and your Aunt Tony and their two kids, Ryan and Justin. Cool. Several cases of cancer, yep. Guys, I'm not kidding about that Dasaquin. And the stuff that I got has the MSM stuff. There you go, Mamie. I can't recommend that stuff enough. It'll really help them with their joints. Mamie, there are two sizes. The one I got is 84 tablets. There's one that's larger. Guys, please put your pets on that stuff. Okay, we're getting there. Oh, this is coming out pretty cute. Hey, Thomas, how were your tacos last night? Miss Kitty, good night. Mamie, if you decide to buy the larger bottle and you're interested in it, just send me a text and I'll go ahead and give you the link for that. Kitty, I'm so glad you could make it. Take care, sweetie. Okay, now notice how I've got really uniform coverage on this. That's the point. Okay, Kitty, see you tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Mamie, let me check something real quick on that dasaquin. Yeah, the one I gave you, that's the only size that I have right now. Okay, Mamie, I found the other side for you, size for you. Oh, okay, so you're looking for the 60, right? Okay, Mamie, there's the other side. Guys, check out the links and then you can decide which size that you want. Thomas, if you start your dogs early on that stuff, you'll avoid problems that I'm having now with Vicky. Her joints are failing her, particularly her back legs. Okay. Let me pull out. This is how we're looking right now with our light color. Well, Thomas, spoil her with that medication. Okay, guys, now I'm going to come in with my medium color. And we're going to start shading in our wrinkles. Maybe the initial dosage on the dogs is 2 tablets. And then after, I think it's after a week, you go down to 1. Vicky is what I call a Heinz 57. We don't know what she is. She's the product of a one-night stand. Oh my. Thomas made me hungry for nacho chips. I buy those nacho chips from Sam's. We talked about that the other day, and I love to munch on them. And Thomas, that's exactly the right thing you should do. I would be very, very surprised if your vet didn't recommend it. Okay, notice how I'm running the darker color here on our edge. Thomas, when does she go in for her next vet visit? Thomas, quit retracting your comments. You're driving me crazy. Okay, what I want you to notice here is I'm using my medium color, just like I would be doing a face. And I'm shading in the attributes of the blanket. Yeah, my vet recommended it. Unfortunately, Vicky's legs have gotten so weak, I have to help her up the stairs. I bought a sling that has 2 loops on either end, and I put it underneath her and carry her up the stairs, you know, like you would groceries. she walks up with her front legs, but I have to help her with her back. Vicky is 17 years old. Now, am I shading this piece or am I shadowing this piece? Somebody tell me the difference. And notice how I'm working on this corner. Come on, guys, am I shading or shadowing the piece? And Thomas, instead of waiting for the next veterinarian visit for your dog, have your mom call up your veterinarian's office and ask them. Guys, am I shading or shadowing on this? Linda, I was starting to notice that Vicky was having problems walking. And I looked up for joint supplement for dogs. And this Dasaquin came up. Okay, guys, I'm shading. And what that means is I'm starting to shade in the creases and the folds of the blanket. The place that I'm going to shadow is where whatever this is lays on top. And I want you to notice that as I'm doing this, the center of this piece is getting lighter and lighter, right? That's right. Shadowing is where your shadows would naturally appear, which is going to be along this bottom edge and this pillow. That's what gives dimension to your piece. Thank you, Mamie. When you're shading something, it defines the high and low points of your piece. So if you look at this, the way that I'm coloring it, this blanket, it's higher in the center and it's lower towards the edges. Yeah, I answered, Linda. You said who told me about these pills? And what I said was, I noticed that Vicky was her legs were starting to collapse. So I Googled it, and the Dasaquin with the MSM was highly recommended. Guys, check it out. See how this is looking a lot more dimensional? Yes, I see an absolute difference. Okay, let me pull out. Everybody see how that's lighter in the center? What's the difference between now and then? I noticed that her legs were not collapsing as much. She seemed a lot more spry than she was before because she was starting to hesitate with her legs being the way they were. Now, in a younger dog, see, I waited too long. I should have been giving those pills to Vicky when she was just a puppy or a lot younger. She's 17 years old now. So the reason I'm giving her the pills is to keep her as comfortable as possible. Okay, Mamie. Linda, I did answer you. Linda, what I said is I started noticing that Vicky was having problems walking, and I started to look up joint supplements. And when I found the Dasaquin, which is recommended, it's highly recommended through Google, I confirmed it with my vet. Did you hear me, Linda? Mamie, do me a favor and type in that answer for Linda. For some reason, she's not hearing me say it. Okay. So now I'm going to take my darkest purple. And this is where I'm going to shadow the blanket. Here, let me do this. Okay. All right, darkest purple. And then what? We blend it out. Okay, check it out. Now, on some of these folds, I'm going to go ahead and shade this. And I am using the darker color, so it's definitely okay to do that. So I'm doing a combination of shading and shadowing. Check it out. Linda, did you see my answer? Okay, see how this is starting to look really puffy? Isn't that cool? Any question? Okay, guys, I'm at that time where I need to pop out of here. So I'll go ahead and continue this another day, which will be tomorrow. Any questions or comments? Isn't that cool? Okay, I'm calling it an evening. This is our Tatiana Stilova adult coloring book. I'm showing you how to make this blanket look puffy. And we work more on the cat and the hat. Huh. Not to be confused with Cat in the Hat. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Have a great rest of the evening. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. And I hope you learned something. All right, guys, take care. Bye.